What's up, guys? Coming at you. Coming
Coming
at
back
you.
at you.
Coming back at you hard and fast. This is episode 10. We're going to come at you hard and fast this episode because we have Void Boy on the scene. Void Boy, who, and that's the last time I'm going to say that because I've known this gentleman over here my whole life.
Yeah, we're
And I,
related or
and,
something.
and I know him as Chris. So Void Boy, aka Chris, as that's what I'm comfortable with. He is a musician, an artist, my bandmate, and my blood.
True.
Why don't you say a hello to the lovely people?
Yeah, what's up, everyone? I'm happy to be here. Share the air with my blood, also many other things like my good friend and my bandmate. So let's get into what's coming at you hard and fast.
We're gonna drink. Um, we're gonna drink. We're just drinking beer.
Yeah,
I'm drinking Old Man Brew, Heine's, and you know I don't drink this a lot because this is the Christmas edition. Um, so nobody drinks this, obviously, because why would you, right? Did I not turn off sound alerts? No, sorry.
turn off or turn
Yeah,
on.
no, 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 no. Chat goofed on me. You know what, Ozzy? That's the only one you're getting in. No, I like to turn off this. We do sound alerts for
Mm-hmm.
for the goofs and the gaffs. Um, but I like to turn them off for the podcast. So we can have a streamlined conversation. We don't want any interruptions. You could be
Makes
talking about
sense.
something very personal, and then all of a sudden you hear Matt condescending pop off. Have you heard Matt condescending before?
Have not.
It is how do I describe Matt condescending? Uh Say Matt condescendingly.
Matt.
That's exactly it. That's literally exactly it. You nailed it and you've never heard it before. You these days prefer multiplayer video games as opposed to single player ones, right?
Yeah, I'm just like an FPS freak these days, man.
FPS stuff, yeah.
In high school, I played COD like competitively. I fell in love with like the competitive nature of like video games. Yeah, I seriously would not leave my house. I would stay and play COD, specifically Advanced Warfare. And I had this partner from one kid was from California, this other kid was from Canada. The kid from Canada, we played wagers. So what that is, we would go on a site called UMG, um, and we would put a wager on each match that we played, search and destroy only. And we put like $1, $2, but we'd play a ton of them. So at the end of all of this, our record was like 250 wins and 100 losses, right? So I mean, we made money, whatever, and then we could play in tournaments. But this one story I want to tell quickly. We played in a tournament. It's called the Prime Tournament. It's free entry for everyone on the site if you have a membership to that site. And the tournament has 256 teams in it, right? So it's an all-day event. We played, we got up to the finals. I'm freaking out. I'm in high school. I already secured $200 each player
You already
prize.
that you already got that for getting there,
Yeah,
right?
that's second place. First place is $1,000 each.
Mm-hmm.
I'm freaking out. I'm going downstairs to my parents' room. I'm like, "Oh my God, we're in second place right now. I already have $200." Like I'm
That's
so
so
excited,
cute.
right? I come back to my room and I get an admin message from the website, and they're like, "Your team is disqualified." So I'm like, "Dude, like what happened?" Because we're going up. The final game was against two pros, so they're streaming the event. We're nervous. We're gonna verse two pros. We're pretty good, but like these kids are good too. Um, Basically, we got disqualified because my partner is from Canada and it's illegal to gamble there at the time.
Right.
So they IP checked him. The pros that we were up against IP checked my friend, which is against the rules. because they were like, who are these randoms in finals of this tournament? This is weird. They're
Mm-hmm.
probably hacking. So they
Mm-hmm.
IP checked my friend, saw he was from Canada, reported it to the admin, and we got disqualified. No $200 prize, not even for second.
Crazy in the chat asked, was it Scump?
No, it was Pharaoh. Pharaoh and Baldy. They were S&D stars back in the day. Pharaoh
Uh,
was from Jersey.
damn. I remember, Chris. you got me into that because like, well, I never played like competitively, but like we used to play Search and Destroy a lot when we were younger.
Yeah,
You remember?
dude, I was
You
obsessed.
got me into Search and Destroy at least because like before I used to play because I used to play like just like the regular like what was it Ground War? What was that what it was
Yeah,
called? Ground War? Yeah, I used to play
Rowan
or
was like a mix,
yeah,
like a big
or
lobby with
dominate, yeah,
domination.
domination or like team deathmatch. Like, but then you were
Yeah,
like, nah, dude, Search and Destroy, and I was like, why would I want to play a mode where I lose? If I lose, I'm out for the rounds. Like that sounds boring. But no, we
yeah,
we we had a good time. I remember we used to like if it was the last kill, we used to like try and make it like a flex, like with a throwing knife or
yes,
something.
yes.
I bet a lot of
Dude,
people
search was
can relate to
fun.
that.
Even back in the day, just queuing up search with your friends. Like, I think the fact that you have one life
It makes it
and that
more
your
yeah,
friends,
it
yeah,
makes it more exciting.
you could spectate your friends in like a 1v1 situation. It's very fun.
Yeah, yeah. So many games today are following that what's it called? That like live service model, like free to play live service model, right? Where they come out with the base game, it's free, but there's microtransactions and they just keep giving updates. And I mean even when Apex came out, because you love Apex, right?
Yeah,
Uh I mean, I was working a classic 9 to 5 at the time, and
classic.
classic. And
Hmm.
dude, I mean, when you get home from work, like you don't want to think, you just want to shoot, which is taken out of context sounds really bad. I just realized that, but
I just
but
realized that
like,
too.
but like, I mean, games like that. I mean, obviously, there's like it gets competitive, and like then like skill comes into play, and like you're playing for the competitive nature of it.
Yeah,
But like those kinds of games, like they're so attractive to
Lifeline main.
20 something year olds, 30 something year olds, 40 something year olds who don't have much time to play video games. They just want to jump in, play a few
It's true.
games here and there, and that's it, and jump out.
Yeah, just
So
like Rocket League. Like you jump in, you play. They're like 5 minute matches. Something you can. There's no commitment, right?
yeah.
So they do take a lot. They get a lot of players from there. But
Dude, I definitely understood that because when say Pokemon Unite right came out recently, and I was pretty when it dropped, I was pretty obsessed with that. All I wanted to do was hit. It's called Master Rank, so like it's the last competitive tier, and I dumped like 100, almost 140 hours into
oh
that
wow.
game. By the time I finally hit Masters Rank, and yeah, it was so addictive because the games were so short. Like you boot up the Switch, you jump in, you play a game or two, and like the one game ends, the next one, it's 10 seconds, and then
Back in. Yeah.
you're queued up again. Like
It's
they keep
almost
you
like
playing. It's kind of
it's like
predatory.
instant gratification in a way.
Yeah, which is like our whole lives now with social
Yeah,
media and stuff like
exactly.
that. So
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy that they like were able to. They basically took what social media mastered, like TikTok. I
Hmm.
mean, TikTok is the gold standard now for algorithms, right? Like, but social media in general, like it's so easy to jump on and get that hit. And I think video games, like over the years, have started to uh, do the
Pick
same.
up on some of that. Yeah,
Right? It's like
I
as
agree.
it just keep the player constantly playing, quick to get in, like and then like dangle microtransactions.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, huh?
And like attention span. They play a role in attention spans, right? So they're not making games like I mean, there are grinding games though too.
These games are
You know?
grinders.
I'm saying yeah, it's grinding to get up in the rank, but like on the other hand, there's games like like all the MMOs, you're grinding on the general aspect, like you are grinding, but you're also getting instant gratification from little things like I don't know, gathering wood. The way they forge the games is interesting. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, did you play any MMOs when you were younger? Because I mean, I know that's definitely I think that's wired in my brain at this point because
Maple Story did.
you played Maple Story?
No, I'm saying that was your gig.
Bro, someone says Maple Story, like I something goes off in my brain. I'm like, "What? Excuse me? You used to play?" That was I mean, also like I mean Maple Story, yeah. Also like RuneScape I played a lot. Um
That was
and
fun.
I think those are the two big ones for me. But I think there's still like I think those like MMO aspects too of the grind kind of exist today. I think with these first person shooters that are popular, because people. I mean, it also this is gonna sound sad, but like I think a lot of people like feel fulfilled, which I mean, to each their own. I mean, you only got one life. I don't give a fuck how you live it. But
Mm,
they definitely, they see these like battle passes or these like rewards in games and stuff, and they're grinding towards it, and they feel like they have. Maybe I'm wrong here, but the way I view it is that like they have like kind of like a purpose, like besides like just surviving and working. Like, oh, like I'm playing this video game, like I'm working towards something. I'm in the
hmm
grind. Do you feel that?
Yeah,
Like
and
it gives
also
you something to do.
yes, it gives you something to work towards too, right? I was just thinking how they like how gaming like marketing evolved over the years. Like they started with, okay, we're gonna sell this disc for about US dollars, right? And that's gonna be it. That's all you owe us, right? But now they figured out that even making the game free and having microtransactions, as you like mentioned before, that's gonna pull in more money for them. And like, but we have an incentive to buy them, yes, but we have no responsibility to buy microtransactions in games. But we still do. At least some people do, and they make more money that way.
Did you know? Speaking of Maple Story, this is true. You guys can fact check me. Maple Story was the seed for the free to play models that we have today. Maple Story blew up when I was younger, uh, because they were one of the first ones to adopt that free to play model, but pay more to like deck out your character and shit like that. They were like you can look it up like when it comes to those kinds of systems and stuff. Maple Story is credited as like
So
the
they had
the
microtransactions.
right, yeah. So Maple Story was free to play, but you could go into the cash shop and buy.
Interesting.
Dude, it was so fucked up too, because like the stuff that you bought in the cash shop would only last 90 days.
That's skamaz. That's a scam.
Yeah, what I for a long like I had to convince my mom at like when I was playing at the time to like so they were called NX cards. You can buy them at like CVS, right? I had to convince her to buy me these cards, and eventually like she had to be like, oh, like what are you gonna buy? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy this penguin pet. And she was like, what does that say? What does that say? 90 days remaining. I was like, oh, it
She
only lasts for
knew.
90 days, and then once it
She
once it
knew.
once it goes away, I have to buy it again, or I think I have to buy like a water that revives it,
Mm.
which also
That
costs,
price.
which also
It's like
costs.
this
She
is
was like, what the
20%.
fuck? This is what you wanted to buy this whole time? I remember buying my shit. I bought my stuff. My character looked kind of dumb, and I was like, this wasn't worth it.
Dude, just remembering like back in the day, I would remember my mom being like asking me like, "What should I get Matt for his birthday?" I'm like, "Just get a Maple Story card." Like that was like 3 years in a row.
I think your mom got me. So yeah, and I remember your mom got me NX cards when I stopped playing. She got me them like
Just sticking
once or
them.
twice, like after I stopped playing. But I felt bad just being like, No, I don't play anymore. But like, I just think I just took them. I think I just like. I don't remember what I did with them. I think I did use them, but yeah, that was funny. Just kind of Maple Start cards. I love that
Dude,
shit, bro. Chat's talking about yeah, NX Cash,
Neopets. Wait, Crazy
Neopets,
said
and
Neopets. We
Farmville.
have to talk about Neopets for a little.
Okay, let's talk about Neopets because I played that.
Dude, I was obsessed with Neopets
Were you?
for the longest time.
I don't think I knew that.
I would print out pictures like of my Neopets just to have physically.
Which one? Which one did you have?
Dude, I have no idea anymore.
Describe it. See if you can like. Let me bring it up for you guys, chat. What's a Neopet? Is it from the 1700s? No, no, no. When a Neopets was huge. What in like just the early 2000s, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
This guy, Mirka. This is who I had.
Let me see. Aw, his little hamster or
Yeah, that's
something.
who I had. That was my guy. Which one did you have?
Techno.
Techno. I remember how, like you couldn't get the Neopet you wanted because it was like too many people took them.
Yeah. What was that
Yeah,
about?
like everyone took like Scorchio. Okay, Techno. I also had Buzz. I remember. Where the fuck's Techno? Oh, Techo. This guy, the frog,
Techno, sorry. Yes.
the lizard thing. This guy. Very nice. Very nice.
It was awesome. No, it was a great it was
Got
virtual pets, right?
some Jetsums in the chat. Uni and Tuka Cheeks. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. I remember Neopets, bro. You printed it out. You brought it into the real world.
I had to.
Before we get off this topic, I have one more question to ask you. Did you approach the giant omelet?
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Did you approach it?
Uh, I don't know. I can't answer that question. Okay. I
Yeah,
remember
I
spinning a
think you
wheel
used it.
every
Yep,
day.
the wheel.
I remember
Yes, I
that.
remember the wheel. I remember going on like I was like, this time I'm gonna get the good item. And I was like, nope. And I was like, you know what? It's always tomorrow. Can't wait,
You gotta try tomorrow again.
bro. We were gambling even back then.
They got us. They brainwashed us. This is not fair.
Gabe wants to know where's the beef
It's in the fridge.
in the
Most
fridge.
likely.
In the fridge.
That's
Yeah,
where I would answer, yeah.
that's pretty much the safe
I'm
answer.
sorry.
That's pretty much the safe answer there. Actually, you and Gabe have beef.
Oh my god, he stop.
Gabe, you have to
Dude,
leave the chat.
he trashed my Captain Falcon.
Yeah, guys. Gabe, and Chris over here at a party, not too long ago. We're playing Smash, and Chris was talking a big game,
I was.
and Gabe was like, "All right, let's play. I'll verse you." And they played, and Gabe three stocked him.
Yeah, he's a really talented player. Honestly, there's no shade, obviously.
Yeah.
All jokes, but he's really good. I'd love to see him on the sticks again. You know, maybe when I'm a little got my wits back.
Honestly,
I would play for fun.
Smash is people who are good at Smash like they're good at Smash.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about this not too long ago too. How like people at college, I played Smash. I played Smash like in so I think this is how Smash was. I think for a lot of people, but like there was always like I was good at Smash in my friend group. Like I would play at house parties and stuff, and I was one of the better ones. But then
Hmm.
you take that, and you're like, oh, like I want to play with like people who play professionally or like competitively, and you get your shit rocked,
Oh
and
yeah.
you're
Your
like,
world is
what the
gone.
fuck? And but like, cause these motherfuckers are practicing like the technical shit, you know? They're not just playing like casually a lot and like getting good at a character. Like they're practicing.
Exactly. And like your room for improvement is only amongst your friends, right? So how much improvement can you really get if you're beating the same people?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like in college I would play. They were crazy though. Like I joined the Smash Club and little do you know, everyone's cracked out of their mind. It's fun. It was very fun though. Smash is a brilliant game.
Oh, chat. Ozzy in chat wants to know. Tell an embarrassing story about me.
About Matt? Hmm. I have to think in the memory bank for this one.
All right, we'll come back to it. So let's talk about music. Because again, Chris, aka voidboy, he makes music, as do I, and we actually make music together. In case you weren't aware, there's the guitar. So I wanted to ask you, what was your transition from the music you listened to when you first started listening to music when you were younger to now? Like what were like the genres and the vibes like?
So yeah, no, I started like in high school. I was all about just like how everyone was, not everyone, but high school and middle school was all like rap and like Chance the Rapper, like Kid Cudi. I really liked because he was like a little psychedelic with whatever he sang about. Um, but then I was getting older. I was maturing, right? I needed something to really move me or speak to me in a different way. Um,
This was in high school
I would
still?
meet people. Yeah, high school, and then I think college was a big turning point in music genre for me. That's when I first started learning guitar and everything. Probably sophomore year of college, like this girl that was my friend, she had a guitar, and I would just like picked it up, but I couldn't handle it or anything, and eventually that gave me interest. But the biggest influence for music would have to be other people because this one girl that I was talking to, I obviously really liked her. It was more than like a friend or anything, and we would chill, and she would show me new music, and I was completely open to it. And I think the first song she showed me was Alligator Skin Boots, and like
Which
that
is a
just sent
song
me.
by McCafferty. Chat.
It's a dark song though.
It's dark. It's very dark.
It's a very dark song, and like
Yeah. So that was the first song you heard like in the genre.
in that genre, yeah. I don't know, it intrigued me. I guess in a way, since I liked her, I had more interest in what she
Sure.
liked,
Yeah.
right? So it was a catalyst for my love for the Midwest emo scene, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, I would just look on Spotify, people would tell me songs, and my music genre liking completely shifted from like hip hop and rap to alternative and like Midwest emo. It's just awesome because it influenced me to make music. I don't know about you, but just hearing that and creating your own is I don't know.
Well,
It's enjoyable.
I think a big part of it is that it's very DIY. Like
Hmm.
it's not crazy. The instrumentals aren't crazy. It's very lyric based. It's very raw.
Emotional.
There's not it's emotional. There's not too much production involved. And yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, if it that's why I started doing it because I felt like there wasn't too much of a barrier. Like I didn't have to be a I don't have to be a like who's a good guitar player.
You
Put
don't
it
have to
out there.
shred to, yeah,
You don't have to
exactly.
shred exactly.
But also to mention, I mean, you were also a huge influence. Like right when I told you I was starting to listen to Midwest emo and alternative music. I mean, you were completely on board with it. You showed me songs. You made that. He made me a CD for Christmas, a Christmas present, right? That said like your Midwest emo, your emo Christmas mix or something like that. And I actually never got to
That's
play it
true.
because
That's
I don't
true.
even have a CD player in my
Yep.
car, but
You want to know something funny?
that was very sweet.
You're the you're the last person I made a mix CD for. I used to do that. This is kind of here. Chat. Here's your embarrassing story about me. I'll tell it myself. That was my go-to move with girls. I would talk to a girl and then I would make them a mix CD
Whoa.
to like bring it to the next level.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm single still, so obviously that I don't think it's a good move, you
Is
guys.
it working? No.
But you were the last
No,
person
that's sweet. That's
you
sweet
were the last
though.
person. I thought it was sweet. You were the last person I made a big CD for.
I think it's sweet because I don't know. It's the music you think they would like or their favorite songs on it. So
It was like
there's
songs.
not.
It was songs that like, oh, these are songs that either like I think you would like or I think that make me think of you. There was a girl. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna take it one more. I'm gonna take it one more step. Okay.
Take it a step
Short
up.
short story. Okay. So I was like seeing casually this girl, and she went to a party, and I think it was a. I don't know if it was a tattoo party. Do you know what a tattoo party is?
Yeah.
It's literally what it sounds like. People go on
It's
like they have like
stick
those
and
like
pokes or
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, and they just tattoo each
yeah,
other.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it was that, but she got like a heart tattoo, and she woke up. She woke up the next. Oh,
I
you know
got
where
a
this is going,
heart
right?
tattoo.
So she got a heart tattoo, and she was like insecure about it the next day. Like, oh, like this is a stupid decision. And then I showed her Heart Tattoo by Joyce Manor. Can you believe
Yeah, I'm
Can
gonna
you believe it didn't work out?
wait. That's the
after
best. Like,
after
how
all
can they
that,
say no to that?
that's like movie level. Dino's music hits different. Thanks, I appreciate you guys. Got me on follow on Spotify. Yo, follow Voidboy as well.
Yeah,
Three
welcome everyone if you'd like to.
three of the songs that I've put out. I made them with him. So why don't you give him a follow too? I mean, when I was young, I remember, I remember I listened to you know that song "Yeah" by Usher.
Sing it.
It's like yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Or so.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think so.
yeah. So like the song, I like that's what I listened to when I was like real young, because that's what
Okay.
everyone listened to in school, right? I remember I
Wait,
had
my
those.
girlfriend still listens to that.
I mean, yeah, I mean it's still a bop. I can't
It's an
lie.
original. It's
That
an
song comes
original
on. I
for
mean, it's
sure.
in my brain, right? I don't know. Similar to you, you meet people and they introduce you to this stuff. I think it was like in middle school. I was friends with a lot of like skater kids, and so I started skating and I changed my style. I went from the baggy pants to the skinny jeans. You
Hmm.
know, my mom used to dress me, and then I started dressing myself. I started wearing band tees. You know, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
And I started like with like hardcore music. Like I used to listen to a lot of like screamo and metal, and then all pretty much throughout high school, and then in college. College, I started to listen to more like pop punk. In high school too, I listened to pop punk, but more so in college, and then that kind of transitioned into emo and indie alternative rock, like
Okay.
less aggressive, more like you know emotional and uh yeah. And now I make it too. So as do you.
I feel like in high school was one of your top. Like, did you listen to Census Fail in high school? Because that's like, I mean, that's obviously not hardcore, but that's like, that's what you would think someone would listen to in high school. Like,
Yeah.
if they were still, if you looked at someone that listens to Midwest emo now, that was their high school experience. Census Fail, Circus Survive, right? Like,
Yeah.
all that stuff. What is that one album you have on vinyl that's kind of hardcore that you showed me at your apartment that time? It has a, let's see, a white background, but it's art of like this creature, but it's
Oh,
not like a real
drugs.
animal.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs, yeah.
What is that genre?
That that's like post it's like probably called post hardcore. That's a pretty popular band from that era. That guy is from a band called Chiodos, which was pretty popular when I was
Oh
in
yeah,
high
yeah.
school.
I
Yeah.
that's the
Good
song.
band.
Was it Baby?
Baby You Wouldn't Last a Minute on the Creek.
Yeah, that song's
Yeah, yeah,
great.
that song's pretty popular. It's funny. There was like a weather person, and they were I don't know why this was even a thing, but they were like talking about their favorite songs, and it was like this like professional looking lady. She was like, "Oh, my favorite song, Baby You Wouldn't Last a Minute on the Creek by Chiodos," and they were like,
Unexpected.
"What?"
That's pretty epic
They
though.
were all saying like Bruno Mars, and then she's like,
No way, dude.
I don't know if you know this, but I actually I put out music for the first time because of you.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You
amazing, dude.
back when
I didn't know that.
you remember back when we were doing SoundCloud?
Yes.
Yes. So you put out something on SoundCloud, and um, I don't think you told me about it. I think I just found out. I think you posted it maybe on Twitter or something. I don't
Okay.
I don't remember how, but I was like, oh, this is dope. Like Chris
I
did
think,
Chris did this. If like Chris can do it, like I can do it. And then like you did
yeah,
it. But like I didn't have that drive until I saw that you did it.
that's awesome though. I'm happy that I was a catalyst in that way, and I feel like that was when we weren't like super close, right? Like
That's
we
true. We
didn't
did.
talk.
We bonded over music. We did.
We did, yeah. But I wonder what song you found.
I think it was the SpongeBob one.
Oh yeah. See, isn't that so different from like what I make now? It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I
it's
kind of
funny because similar to music, like I started streaming also because of you.
I remember that talk we had.
Yeah. You started streaming and then I was like cuz you were telling me about it and you were like, "Yeah, like this is what I do." I was like, "Oh, that sounds fun." And
Yeah.
and I remember you set me up. You remember that? You remember we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
on a
yeah.
voice call and you were like, "Okay, download Streamlabs and set it like this, and then like have this." And I was like, all right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Guys,
And
I
then
made the stream. You
yeah,
all the
you
stuff's
got
come from me.
chat. You got to
No,
also
I'm just kidding.
okay, chat. Can I be honest with you though? These Heinekens, they kind of be hitting though. I feel like I can drink this very leisurely. It goes down very quick. Goes down very nice. I feel like I could chug this whole thing and be fine. It goes down way nice. This is why old men drink this, because it's like water. I'm drinking water. It's like the champagne of beers. We're talking about Heineken. The champagne of beers is that's already a thing, right? Like it's the champagne of beers, bro. That's a thing. Hold on. That's a thing. I've drinking that before. I remember like I got that at a deli and it was like the champagne of beers, Miller High Life. Miller High Life is a champagne of beers. I remember seeing that and being like, what the fuck? The champagne of beers? This is not the champagne
Hello?
of beers. Do you know what the champagne of beers is?
The champagne of beers. Corona? Okay.
It's Miller. And no, like it literally is like that's their slogan. Miller High Life. You'll drink Allagash.
Dude,
What's Allagash? Oh, I like Allagash actually. That's good. That's good
what were
IPA.
you drinking on that 4th of July trip? Ultras?
4th of July trip. What were you drinking? I don't remember. Do you remember when we were in that tent and we woke up in the middle of the
Dude.
night and there was definitely like a fucking woodland monster like screaming. Do you remember that?
Dude, these
I don't.
birds
That was
sounded like sewer rats, man.
yes, that's exactly what it was. They were screaming,
They
and
was crying.
it was crazy. I was
Hmm
like, I woke up. I was like, yo, you hear that, right? Like that's not just me.
It would be like, dude, you hear that too, right? There were
Yeah,
cries for help, man.
yeah, that was crazy.
These
And then
birds, I never heard a bird like that.
okay, this is what I wanted to move on to. NFTs. What is an NFT?
An NFT is a non-fungible token,
Uh huh.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much stating that it can't be replicated.
Yeah.
It's unique.
Yep.
So people like to compare them to trading cards. Okay, they are similar, but I mean, trading cards are replicated, right? So there's multiple issues or multiple copies of it. And what I think will happen is eventually when this whole metaverse thing does become like reality, or at least aspects of it does, like, I mean, these NFTs could be used as art pieces or even something about your avatar. So I'll leave it there for now, but you could prompt me for
You cut out at the end there.
at the
What?
end. Oh, I
Yeah. What?
said they'll probably be used in the metaverse for like a variety of reasons, like even having them in a museum, a virtual museum, or even having them as a shirt, right? You could only own that shirt with that art piece and things like that.
What's the difference between well, like what's the difference between an if there's something like in a game or a virtual world that you could buy with real money, isn't that just a microtransaction?
If something you could buy, yeah, it's a microtransaction, but it would be a microtransaction if you buy, say, a shirt for your avatar in the metaverse, right? But say you could only hold that shirt that has that art piece on it, right? They'll have a value and it can't be sold again. So it's almost like buying a skin in a game, but it's unique, right? Like you only have that art on your skin.
Hmm.
Someone spectates you and sees, wow, like that skin is like really cool. Like, how do I get it? And then you'll be like, all right, I'll sell it to you. Like it's a one of one.
Okay. So then, okay. So why are there so many scams then?
I think they're cash grabs.
Yeah.
Um, I think people go in the business to make quick buck and then just cop out, or they even try to scam the way that NFTs are sold and things like that. It's just, I feel like every new thing or everything will have a scammy part of it. There's always going to be something to exploit, right? There's always going to be a vulnerability. It's just a matter of who's going to take advantage of that.
This talks more on the value of NFTs, right? So Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, sold his NFT, which is a 1-to-1, I think, for like I don't know, multi millions of dollars, I think it was.
Okay.
And then the guy who bought it listed it recently, and the final bid was like $200.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's also, do you know who Gary Vee is?
Yeah, of
So
course.
he has an NFT collection, right? And it's literally uh children's drawings. I think he drew them, but they basically look like a child drew them, like
Hmm.
on paper, I think. And that's what the NFT is. It's his drawn, uh, an original Gary V, and them shits sell for like a an
Them
unbelievable
shits.
an unbelievable amount of money. An NFT of Gary V's uh, childlike drawings.
See, that's the thing.
I'm
Like
gonna price check that. Yeah, V. They're called V Friends, and
V friends.
they have a floor price of 10 Ethereum, which is around $30,000.
See, that's the thing.
So
Like,
you could buy a childish drawn on paper from this famous influencer for $30,000, which, from my understanding, doesn't translate to what like it doesn't. I don't see how I'm gonna use a dumbass drawing of a fucking fox in the
hmm
metaverse.
I agree with that. It's not right. The arts can't be that appreciated because of how simplistic it is. And in this case in particular, like Gary Vee is literally just using this faucet or this or NFTs as it is, just as like just to prove that with his following and with his influence that he could sell anything. Right? So just because they only sell for that much because of the person behind it. That's the only
Right.
reason. And like
Right. That's fair.
in a
That's fair.
way it's kind of cheap. It's kind of cheap doing it. Like it's a cheap move.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what value they could hold in the future because what I see is the market's very saturated.
Right.
So there's millions of art design, there are art pieces that are selling for thousands of dollars, and it's like, which one's going to be profitable? Or in most cases, it's like, which one do you like? And where like in the community I'm in, it's like you buy art you like, and you're supporting that creator. That's kind of how they work.
Right. So, I don't think we mentioned this, but like Chris makes art, and you're like trying to uh, get more into making NFTs
Yeah,
to sell.
yeah. I
And
want
so
to,
like
yeah.
I think that's very interesting because like I have a outside perspective of NFTs, and I think yeah, bombshell in chat, it says that it's silly to call an NFT art. That art can be worth capital, but the capital doesn't come first.
Hmm.
And they're not alone. I mean, like I definitely have an outside view of NFTs. I mean, how can we understand it? How can like you're saying? Okay, you speak.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of famous people, right? Like, they could put out anything, and it could sell for a lot, which is it's kind of unfair because they have the following, and they're not super passionate about what they're making. It's just it is what it is. It's a cash grab, right? And in my opinion, like NFTs are complicated. They're kind of hard to understand because some of it doesn't make sense. We don't see what they could be. They could be nothing in like 10 years time. But what I like to relate it to is like just Bitcoin before it became big.
Sure.
People would invest in Bitcoin and they were going to give it a shot, right? But
Right.
other people are like, I truly don't understand how this would ever be usable in our
Mm-hmm.
world.
Mm-hmm.
Where like I don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me, and yeah, I'm not going to invest in it. And people did, and it's become what it's became. But NFTs are a little harder to understand, and I think it's what you like. So if our world, right, we're not going to be living in like if we end up not living in this world totally, and VR, virtual reality, becomes a huge thing where we are managing two lives because as we see when we're playing video games, we like to micromanage, right? Like we like to hop on a game, wherever it's Sims, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley. We like to have another world inside of our reality, right? It's fun.
I agree.
It's something it's not serious. It's you could do whatever we want. We have fun with it, and whatever this wherever virtual reality goes, that could be our future of hopping in there for a certain amount of hours a day. And depending on how long we're going to be spending in there, NFTs could play a role. They could be a currency, trading cards, bartering, right? You could trade NFTs for things. You could give someone an NFT that's worth a lot by a creator that could, worth value of their virtual real estate. That's also a thing. I don't know if you guys ever heard about virtual real estate. Listen, I don't understand it as well, but
I have heard of that, and I've watched videos on it. That ship, that's the next level.
it's thousands, man.
That's
I
come
thought I was getting the jump on it.
on, son. Come
I went on a
on.
site and I was like, one
You're
square.
talking about like Earth, right? Earth 2 or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different
Oh, there's more than that?
sites. Well, it's whatever companies holding the servers that have these virtual lands, right? If it's Meta or not Meta, if it's Mana, which is Decentraland. If you go on decentraland.com, it's a whole world you could log into with your avatar. Um, Sandbox has one like with the cryptocurrency of Sand, but I mean they're selling for tens and hundreds of $1,000s just for a virtual piece of land. And then you ask, what can you use that land for?
That's my question.
Right? So I've jumped in a world because I was interested. I was going to invest in virtual real estate. Um, and what I saw was NFTs on gallery. So NFTs just to look at. And I also saw casinos. So you would jump in that world and you would have your land. You could display whatever you want. You could have websites on your land. So you could have on the wall, it could be like visit um, blah, blah, blah for programming um, training. I literally saw that. It was like, come visit this website for programming training, job opportunity, right? They had that on their virtual land.
Job
So pretty
training.
much anything internet related you could have.
Job
But
training.
yeah, like they had a promotion for their job site on in this virtual world.
Okay.
So that was interesting, but
First of all, Gabe says he's a boomer when it comes to NFTs, and I agree. I think people outside of I don't know though. What generation even is it now? Because like I think a lot of
it's mixed.
mix. Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
But Bombshell brought up that Konami sold NFTs of Castlevania, and that while an artist made that art initially, they did it for a video game,
hmm
and that selling it in this medium is quote unquote. This is Bombshell's quote, which I think is actually really nice. The definition of a cash grab, which I mean, you kind of agree with that, but you're saying that
100%.
these these companies, these corporations, these millionaires, billionaires are making actual artists look bad. Would you say that?
Yeah, 100% like Gary Vee just putting out doodles and getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in
Mm-hmm.
crypto just because it's Gary Vee and as as Baum said, like this person took stills from Castlevania and sold them, right? I don't know if they have the copyright for that. They probably don't. I don't know if they need it because if it's
I don't know if they need it. They probably have the rights.
yeah, if they like changed it a little bit, it's not qualified as their art. But it's definitely a cash grab, and that's like that gray area, which is not respectable. Like, what do you see from that situation? It's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Konami. They
Yeah,
did
they
it
did it.
directly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, plenty of plenty of people did this, right? What was that crazy one? What was that crazy one of the guy who
Oh, I
died?
see.
Some guy died. Oh my gosh, Stan
Wait, huh?
Lee. Do you remember that?
Stanley. All right, also, sorry, bombs. I didn't see that it was Konami, but wait, Stan Lee.
Marvel.
What about him? And yeah,
He died, and then
he passed away.
they sold NFTs about like using his name. Okay, so I want I want I want Chris to be able to talk a little bit more about uh, how it works from an actual artist's perspective. So
Yeah.
I have it on stream now, as you can see.
Oh yeah. So this is one of my first like pieces. I started with like just drawing things based on existential kind of designs, but I eventually, which Matt will show, um, I was jumping in VR and just sculpting things that I thought were
You made this in VR?
not the 2D one. I sent you some DMs on Discord about the 3D ones, but yeah, this was just kind of a prototype of what I was getting into, and the positive thing I could see, like I was enjoying making art more than I would have just because it was for a cause. I wanted to grow in the community.
Oop,
I
I
wanted
froze.
to
Sorry.
eventually, um, you know, sell pieces for whatever it was. Like this one, I actually got yelled at by my friend for this piece because I put it at the lowest possible value, just
Which is what?
because I think it's 33, thirty dollars.
What do you make off of that, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so you make a royalty of 10% if it does get bid on again, or if they sell it to someone else, you make
So
10%.
if they sold this for $100, you would get make 10 from that.
Yeah, 10 or 15% is a royalty
Okay,
on these sites usually.
that
You
I
make the
feel that
sale.
that I feel like is important
It is,
because
especially
like, it
for
makes you feel like you could sell art that will forever be traded and you will forever make money on, which I think is cool.
exactly.
I mean, in a perfect world, I think that's cool.
Yeah. Um,
Bo-
I
bo-
do think that's cool. Bombs.
bombshell interprets that as a pyramid scheme.
Dude, bombs. I agree. Like, I'm still new to this world of NFTs and I still don't understand a lot. Um, some of it is very scammy. The community, when I did join, people are super nice. Um, they want to grow their community. Of course, they probably want to make money doing it. But everyone is putting, that I know that's small, they're putting passion in their art. They're creating different types of art. They're selling it. And it costs them money to mint the item, which is making it unique. It's going to give each picture a hash value. And they're putting they're putting in their own money to put it out there, but some of it's definitely scammy, and that's the part that kind of shies people away from the whole community.
How much does it cost to mint something?
I think it varies. That one was like it was like between $10 to mint it.
Mm. So
So for like
you mint it not knowing if it'll make money.
exactly,
$10 seems low.
I think it depends on how much you're listing it for. I could be wrong, but you could actually they're minting services, right? So you can mint it yourself. You just have to give it a unique hash value and it has to be in the blockchain somewhere. So,
So NFTs, okay. So NFTs exist in the blockchain just like Bitcoin does.
yeah, just like so, if you send Bitcoin to a
Yeah,
wallet,
go ahead.
right? That has a hash value of it.
Right,
The
right.
wallet has a hash value.
Mm-hmm.
So it all exists in the blockchain, and of course, like people rave about the blockchain because you just need a ledger. You don't need any middleman. You just need confirmations
Mm-hmm.
of different people. So if there's multiple transactions, they're going to confirm your deposit based on other transactions.
Right.
It's a ledger. So like if other people are trusted in making transactions, you're good to go. You don't need anyone verifying that like a company would.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the blockchain is supposedly being the next thing because it's decentralized. Because
Right.
our when we do transactions in the real world, they're centralized. They're trusted. But you could show the ones I sent you if they're curious of just the art in general.
Walk me through it. So you made this in VR?
Yeah, so I sculpted that in VR
Like so
and
as in you put on the visor and you had the gloves or
yeah,
the gloves?
not gloves. It's just Oculus two controllers really. Like these. It's really fun, man. It's the thing that's why I'm most glad is that it got me into art,
Yeah.
back into art, I should say.
Yeah.
So the one that's on the screen is balance, which is a yin yang, and then I
This
have one.
then we have this next one, which is the heart in the hand.
Yeah, it's basically just the emotion of love conveyed, and
Okay.
I I wanted to make a collection based on emotions, so
then we
I
have
have one called,
the green one.
yeah, that would be greed. So it's a skull wrapped in a snake with gold underneath, signifying like greed and like the everlasting loop that it could leave you in,
Yeah.
just being tangled in greed. But
Yeah, I think they're sweet.
appreciate it. It's it was fun, man. I took a little break from it, but it's just crazy seeing people making. I mean, they make pixel art and they're selling for a ton.
Right.
I'm also confused on what value they're gonna hold in the future.
So we you were talking about how like NFTs might hold a place in the metaverse in the future, and um I don't see how like again like a V friend
Mm,
will be used in the metaverse. So like I guess me and I think a lot of people who like have been following NFTs are like, what the fuck is the point besides a huge way to scam, a huge way for already rich people to scam their gullible fans.
true. That is true, but like, what fan has the capital to buy something at $200,000?
So you think that the people buying these, let's stay on Gary Vee. I think is a perfect example.
Yeah,
You think the people buying these V friends actually see value in it? Like, are they're not kids, they're adults who
yeah. I think they're like adult investors
really, and you
with
think,
like a lot of money.
and who are trying to make more money.
Yeah. Um, I don't know where it's gonna go. Like, what if it's say you have an avatar in the future
Yeah,
and you're wearing a shirt that displays the NFT you hold,
right,
and
right,
it's a one of one, right? And say Gary Vee only sells 100 NFTs, so that's you could say 100 fans that are holding his art, and based on his following, like people might want that. So in essence, like for people that have a huge following that are not putting a huge effort into making their art, it is a cash grab.
right. Okay,
But I also don't see it's like where can it go? What value can it hold? What do you think?
I think that I think I think you're speaking from a perspective where it's like, well, like I think it like this is just like a something that rich people and corporations ruined because it was something that I think was probably I would like to believe that it was conceptualized with good intentions for artists because I mean actually I even yeah I mean at first I think I looked at it too and I was like, oh, I just want to show I just want to put this up on screen before I keep talking. I think it's important that people understand what the fuck a V friend is.
Hmm,
Okay, so
true. Yeah, put on.
this is what a V friend is. That parrot is worth $30,000. Passionate parrot is worth over $30,000.
That's crazy.
Yes, I think the concept was good because like, didn't it start with that very famous artist selling his entire collection as an NFT, like a one to one NFT for like $69 million? Very famous
Yeah,
artist, like a
I'm
real
pretty sure.
artist, like a guy who's been an artist for, I guess, his whole lifetime or whatever. And then he sold his whole art collection for that much money, and I think that made waves. And I think at first I viewed it as I gave it the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, oh, this is a good way for artists to make money, right? Uh, like small artists to make money, selling their art digitally, but selling it as unique copies. Like, oh, I own an original, blah blah blah, right? And
Yeah.
if that artist becomes big, then not only do you have something that you hold sentimental, but that's something that has value. Um, but guys like fucking Gary V, I think, ruined that. Like,
Yeah,
how can anyone look at it differently now? You say NFT out in public, and you get looked at like a joke.
it's true. They kind of tarnished what it could have been,
Do you
right? It
know
could have been.
this motherfucker, Chris? Did you read that his NFTs? This parrot right here, this motherfucking parrot is like also a ticket or like entry into his restaurant in New York. Did you hear about
That's
that?
insane.
Like he's
No, it's
tried
just incentive. It's crazy.
he made his NFT, right, which is a part of the metaverse, right? Blockchain. It's
Hmm.
digital. But he also attached like that like oh, you can only enter my restaurant if you own a V friend. I'm pretty sure it's a V friend. I know it's Gary V. But yeah,
Yeah,
he did stuff like that. But
that's a
I
little. Eh.
yeah.
No, I don't really support that. I was reading Bomb's what he said in chat. I don't take $100 from a million people. I don't want to take $100 from a million people. I want to take 1 million from one guy spending his life savings on it from his trailer in Florida. I do see that how that is relevant as well. Like
It's a
we
whale
don't
thing.
know. Yeah, like we don't know. Like if that sells for 200 grand, we don't know who's buying that. Right? It
Right.
could be someone that's. It could be a regular person, or it could be a multimillionaire that thinks it might have value. That's that's evil though.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
agree. I agree.
Taking money from someone that like that's a lump sum of what they have is evil.
It's gone the way it does now. It's gone
Yeah,
the way it did because this is just a joke. Passionate parrot is a fucking joke, bro.
it really is. Right here.
You're not pointing to it. Point the other way.
This way?
Yeah, go down.
Oh wow. It's flipped.
Yeah, it is flipped.
Dude, let's talk about Elon Musk buying Twitter. He wanted when he bought it, he wanted to it's for censorship pretty much, but he wanted for you to be able to buy a check mark on Twitter. Right? So you buy a
That no, he
check
did. He
mark.
did not say that. No
Yes,
way.
but
That
you'll think differently why
okay.
when I tell you
Okay.
why.
Okay.
So the reason why is because he wants to stop all this false information coming out from bots. So there
Mm.
is a good amount of population on Twitter, and Twitter is a news source. Can you agree with that?
Twitter is a news source.
Yeah, like people can
Yes,
get
I agree. Twitter
okay,
is a news source.
exactly. So the point of paying for verification is to prove that you're human, right? Which is important. It might not be as important as you think, but in this day and age, there's um whatever it is, news corporations or corporations posting using bots to post misinformation on purpose to start propaganda, right? And we've seen this on like proven, but that's what he wanted to do to deal with the censorship. And I believe that we do have the right, people, because you don't want to move away from like internet hate, right? Like people are always going to have their right to say whatever they want, but the thing that we want to deal with is um, removing or at least splitting up the actual human interaction from the programmed or AI interaction.
Let's get a little lighthearted.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, do you believe in astrology?
I think astrology is like NFTs. I'm kidding.
Yes,
Girl,
dude. Yes.
girls have astrology and men have NFTs,
That's
bro.
right, baby.
I think
Men. This is men shit.
I don't know if I believe astrology. I think it's almost in the same world as religion,
Yes.
right? So like the more power you give it, the more influence it'll have on your life. I'm not saying it's proven. It's not scientific. It's pseudoscience.
I think astrology is cool on a very surface level. And I think people are really into it,
Super.
and it's hard. I respect it, but I can only take so much. Like, I genuinely don't believe that your space sign says shit about you.
Yeah.
I don't believe it at all. I don't believe it one tiny little bit. I think it's fun, and hell, I engage in it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll meet somebody new and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, what's your sign?" And I'm like, "Scorpio." Ha ha ha. And they're like, "Ah, no. You're such a Scorpio. You're such a Scorpio. I knew it. I knew you were a Scorpio." And I'm like,
See,
"Yeah,
dude,
I'm a classic Scorpio. That's me."
but that's what I don't like
But
about it.
in here, I don't. I'm just playing around. It's just fun.
Exactly.
It's
It's fun
fun
and
and games on
games.
my end. But
Dude,
I
but that's what I don't like.
people actually, yeah, and it's just
They're
like,
judging. Why are they judging you based on your astrology, like your astrology?
yeah,
Because you were born in a certain month, you have to act a certain way,
yeah.
right? So, oh, so you're a Scorpio, so that means you know, you're really not that compatible with me. That's a Aquarius. So
I kid you
I
not.
don't, s- I don't see us really going far. So let's just stop talking.
Wait, that's happened
I'm
to you?
actually, no, no, no.
I'm not
I'm
even
just,
joking. That's happened to me.
dude, that's
I
bad.
mean, no, but it was very early on in the conversations, but that's happened to me before, where it was like, oh,
See?
I don't know. I don't know if this is if we should even like bother like taking it a step further, because like our what is it called? Is it just astrology signs?
There's a
Our
natal chart,
signs,
our birth chart.
our signs don't match.
Yeah.
If a girl gets a birth chart out, run.
Dude, that is true
This is
though.
men shit.
Bombs is true.
This is a men only podcast now.
I mean, I think astrology holds value is that it is what it is, but I don't think you should base your whole entire experience off of it.
Yeah,
That's bogus, man. If
yeah,
you're gonna limit yourself from meeting people because they're a certain sign or interacting with people because they're a certain sign, that's that's bogus.
yeah. That is bogus. Bogus is, it's just like, bro. It all comes full circle. Everything in moderation.
Yes.
Astrology, NFTs, drugs, Elon Musk, Apex Legends.
I think moderation is the key.
I gotta say, Heineken, it's really growing on me.
I was listening to Space Dust on the way home the other day, and I was almost about to cry. I don't know why.
It's awesome. I mean, that's art. That's why art is so beautiful. That's why NFTs are so beautiful, Chris.
Let me get a V. Let me get a V friend, bro. Up in here.
All right, chat. So, in conclusion, we're gonna go. We're all gonna pool our money together and bid on a V friend. Hold on.
No way.
Let's choose. Let's
You
choose
want to
the.
get a passionate parrot or
Nah, we can't afford passionate parrot. Are you fucking kidding me? All right, let's go bid on it right now. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up.
wait? Let's get a gratitude gorilla,
Just take all my money.
dude.
Is it really gratitude gorilla? No fucking way is there gratitude gorilla.
Let's get a gratitude gorilla, dude. Come on.
Dude, there's so many. Accountable ant. Dude, accountable anteater just sucks. Like,
I saw
can we
that.
be real?
Can we use another word for that though, too? Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they couldn't have found another adjective.
They used
They could have
accountable twice.
they could have named that anything. They could have named that
Accountable,
they could have named that anything.
admonished,
Admonished,
admonished
admiring,
antler.
alert ape. This is just disgusting. Do you see this thing? Do you see alert ape?
Does he look alert to you? He honestly doesn't. Look at his
I
face.
actually don't mind the astronaut. That's kind of fine. It's actually a pretty good drawing. But most of these suck. Ambitious angel? Stop.
Stop, dude.
The anchovy is barely any. That's like 3 lines. This is disgusting.
Dude,
Aspiring alpaca. There's a whole A, B, C. Badass bulldog.
dude,
Bashful blobfish. I
be the
cannot.
bigger
I
person. Look at
cannot.
be the bigger person, bro. That's nothing. That's lines.
How much? How much? Gary, give it to
Uh,
me straight. 249 Ethereum? That's
249.
Ethereum is $3,000 right now.
Yeah.
That's seven.
Nah, bro. You just
That's
gotta
seven.
be the
That's
bigger
seven.
person.
That's $7,500. That's
Gotta be the-
$7,500. $7,500 for this.
That's
And
crazy.
there's 40 of them.
Yeah, did you know? Yeah, there's 40 different variations of that, if that's okay with you.
Wait, what does that mean? No, look, core 20. Oh,
You scroll down
bubblegum.
this.
How much is bubblegum? 3 Ethereum. $9,000. Lava version. Look at that. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this.
It's nice.
You like this? Bold as fuck bat? First
I
of
don't
all,
like that.
Gary V. What is Gary V cursing for?
Yeah, what the hell?
Book bowling bubba. That's a bowling pin. I cannot believe this. This is just sad, dude. I cannot
It
believe
is.
how much money he's making off of this.
Some of them are just words, man. Some of them
But
are actually just words.
but anyway, fuck Gary V. Real art is beautiful, and Space Dust is dope. You guys should go listen to that, and go check out Voidboy on Spotify. Go listen to some tunes. Go check out his NFTs, bro. Like,
You could if you want.
you could if you want. We'll link it in the description below. Don't not all NFTs, right? Right? Like not all men, not all NFTs.
NFTs are made equal.
Not yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
I think we should hit our outro with a little bit of Space Dust.
You want to play
Can you
Space
play
Dust right
Can
now?
you play Space Dust as the outro? With like just your as the outro.
Oh, like actually play the song?
Yeah.
That would be nice, actually.
I mean, it's created by us. There's no
All right.
copyright.
That's true. That's true. I've actually never. That's actually a very nice idea. Hold on.
Appreciate you guys.
All
And
right,
Matt
well,
himself.
Here's Space Dust. We're gonna stick around and listen to it together. Here's Space Dust.
Resentful nature is crawling within. Now I got the price to pay again. Resentful nature is crawling within. Now I got the price to pay again. If she took my heart, she split it in two. Now I am the one to blame. Now I'm losing grip on the sense of myself. My ego is
Where is the silence in my head? Where is the progress when I'm dead? I am unfocused. I am unnoticed. I am a reject. I've got no regrets. Now I've got the prize today. Now I've got the prize today. Now I've got the prize, the prize, the prize, the prize to pay. Now I've got the prize, the prize, the prize, the prize to pay.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Once again, you could check Voidboy out on Spotify. Look him up on, I don't even know where you find NFTs, dude. You're gonna have to help me out there.
Holoplex,
Holoplex, I'll link that.
HOLA, or exchange art, anything. But first, check the music out. That's the most important to me, at least.
Absolutely. And he's on Twitter. So yeah, thanks for watching, and tell them to like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave an extra comment for your cat.
What?
Your cat.
Molly?
What if your cat needs to say something and you don't leave a comment for the cat?
Okay,
You know?
leave a comment for Molly. Bye, guys.